Good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with chapter 4, that is natural vegetation. Here we are going to first take up the topic importance of forests. Now I think this is something, if we would have been a class, I would never have told you these importance of forests. I would have asked you to answer them, but since we are not face to face, so I'm just summing up why forests are important to us and why do we need to conserve the forest. See, whether the question is why do we need to conserve the forest or why are forests important to us, the answer will remain the same. Only thing different here would be the language in which you are going to write. So the first is the flood control. Forests help us to control the floods. They also help in prevention of soil erosion. By transpiration, they add water vapor into the atmosphere, therefore they help us in rainfall. They increase the fertility of soil because when the leaves fall down on the ground, they decompose and form humus, and this humus adds to the fertility of the soil. They also supply raw material to the timber industries, plus they also give us lark or gum or resin, food, medicine, khaskhas. All this is being provided by the forest. They also provide grazing grounds to the cattle. They are the source of employment for many people, the ones who are employed in the forest sector. And of course, they are home to wildlife. Now, we all have done all these 8 features time and again over the years, that why are forests helpful to us or what is the importance of forest. Now, after knowing all this, still the forest cover of India is depleting slowly and slowly. That means it is being utilized. Trees are being cut for various reasons. So, what are those various reasons for which the trees are being cut? First is shifting cultivation. If you remember, we had done shifting cultivation earlier also, which is also called slash and burn. We did this in the soil erosion chapter. Shifting cultivation is that process where nomadic people, they select a patch of land, cut down all the trees, burn the roots and cultivate that land for a few years. Once that land becomes infertile, they move on to the other piece of land. Again, they follow the same process of cutting down the trees and burning the roots and then cultivating that land for the next 4 or 5 years. So this is called a shifting cultivation. Here the trees are being cut on a regular basis and they do not grow more trees before they leave one piece of land and go on to the other piece of land. So shifting cultivation is one reason why the forest is being depleted. Second, of course, is overgrazing. Third is industrialization. When industrialization happens, roads, dams, bridges are being constructed. Plus, industries are being made. Industries require a lot of fuel so the land is cleared from the forest. Industries are constructed. Fuel purpose also, wood is being utilized. So plus urbanization. Urbanization is homes, roads, railways, airports, hospitals, schools. All these are being constructed by cutting down the trees. So industrialization and urbanization is a major reason for the depletion of forest resources. Then of course construction of dams and bridges also requires a lot of area of the forest where the trees are cut and then these things are being constructed. And of course increasing population needs more homes, more hospitals, more schools. So we come down to the same thing, that for no matter what reason we point out here, trees are the ultimate victims. They get cut and the number of trees become less, forests get depleted. So this is the importance of the forest, and that is why we study about different types of trees which are found in India. We're going to study about 5 different types of forests one by one. What are the conditions required for them to grow? Where are they found? What are the properties of the trees? And what are the uses of those trees to us? So one by one we'll take it up. The first forest we're going to study is the tropical evergreen rainforest. Now this tropical evergreen rainforest, as you see, I've already mentioned here. Why do we say the word tropical? Because these forests are found in the tropical region, that is between the 2 tropics, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Why are they called as evergreen? Because they do not shed all its leaves together. They do shed their leaves one by one or when the leaves get old, but all the leaves are not shed at the same time. So the tree is never leafless, and that is why it is called as evergreen. They are called as rainforests because plenty of rain is required for these forests to develop. So the temperature requirement for these forests is 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. Rainfall more than 200 to 300 centimeters is a requirement of these forests. The characteristics are these forests are very dense, land is marshy, undergrowth is dense, numerous species of high economic value trees are found here, but they are not found in pure stands. Now, pure stands means all the trees of the same variety or the same species are not found at the same place. They are scattered all over the forest, and that is the reason why these forests are not exploited much, because you can't go from one corner of the forest to the other corner of the forest to collect the same type of trees. Therefore, these forests are not exploited for commercial purposes. And then proper transport is also not available in these forests. If you remember, we had done this equatorial region in class 9, and I had told you that they form, since their leaves are very broad, they form a canopy like structure over the top of the forest, and therefore they do not allow the sunlight to enter inside. When the sunlight does not enter, the water remains on the ground and makes it marshy and swampy, because of which the proper transport is not possible. Now, they are found in the western parts of the Western Ghats, that is the windward side of Western Ghats, and northeast India, that is in the hills of Garo, Khasi, and Jaintia, where the amount of rainfall is very high. The trees here, the two most important trees of this region are mahogany and rosewood. Both of them are known for expensive furniture and musical instruments. Apart from them, shisham, gurjan, all the other trees are also found here. But since we just need to learn two trees with two uses of each, therefore this much is enough for you. So mahogany and rosewood both are used for expensive furniture and musical instruments. If you see the map, you'll be able to find the areas where this type of trees are found. This is the windward side of your Western Ghats, the windward side of Eastern Ghats, and the Garo Khasi Jaintia hills of the northeast part of India. So these are the areas where you find the evergreen forests, because the amount of rainfall is very high. Though these type of trees are also found in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands also, they've not shown it to you in this map, but they're also found in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now this is for today. We are going to pick up the other type of forest in the next video, on the next day when I'm going to put it up. Please go through your books on page 52 and 53. Whatever I have talked about today in this video, the same thing is mentioned in your book also. So please try and mark the important things in your book. Bye bye for now.